Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Chattanooga State Technical College here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We will have the opening weekend on Sunday and Monday between the Vol State Pioneers and the Chattanooga State Tigers here at the site of last year's conference tournament. See the head coaches meeting with the umpires. That is head coach Jim McGuire for the Pioneers and Greg Dennis for Chat State, the Tigers, who come in with an 11-1 record. Pioneers 8-7 after the first 15 games of the year. Making sure that we're getting out on the Vol State Sports Network. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. And looks like we are. This is Tim Reese traveling along with the Pioneers. Our second road trip of the year. Started out down at Central Alabama in Alexander City, Alabama, and been at home for the last 11 ball games in the first road series in conference play here in Chattanooga. Here are the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. First for the visiting Pioneers, leading off playing center field, Jake Burris. Batting second, playing shortstop, Ethan Huddleston. Landon Tucker will be the three-hole hitter playing first base. He and Jace Mizell flip-flop as Jace will move into the cleanup role playing right field. Braden Vineyard behind the plate will bat fifth. Landon Luderman batting sixth. The designated hitter, Carter Vrabel, batting seventh, and he will play third base. And in left field, Big J. Sharla batting eighth. And Matt Hall at second base batting ninth. And on the mound for the Pioneers, his fifth appearance all starts, Country Cade McKee from Scott County, Kentucky, Georgetown, Kentucky. He has 20 innings, given up 22 hits, 9 runs, only 6 earned, walked 9, struck out 14. It's a 2.61 ERA. And he will face the lineup provided by 20-year head coach Greg Dennis. It goes like this: center field leading off, Scott Campbell. Batting second, Adam Haber, playing left field. Batting third, the catcher, Owen Brock. The designated hitter will hit fourth, and that is Cole Brennan. Stoney Smith out in right field, batting fifth, C.J. Morrow. Second base, batting sixth, Cade Chamley will play third base and bat seventh. Connor Saculo, first base, batting eighth, and hitting ninth, the shortstop, Connor Linkfield. And on the mound for the Tigers, you see him out there right now, right-handed starter Charlie Smith from Powell High School in Knoxville, Tennessee, on for his fourth appearance of the year. Be his fourth start. He has a 2-0 record. 13 2/3 innings, only giving up 7 hits, 3 runs they were earned. Has walked 3 batters and struck out 16. A 1.98 ERA for the true freshman, who is starting his first conference game here in game 1 of 3. Doubleheader scheduled for today. 2 7-inning contests tomorrow, beginning at noon Eastern time. A 9-inning contest will complete the series. And this series has changed as a result of weather. Looks like no national anthem will be played, so we'll be getting ready to play baseball here a little early. Check swing and strike one. And we are underway in Chattanooga. Jake Burris looks at a called strike 2. See if we can get the other camera angle working here. And the 0-2 pitch to Jake Burris, a little bit high. Nice press box here on the campus of Chat State. Was here about 11 months ago on Mother's Day, May 8th. There's a swing and a drive out to center field, sending center fielder Scott Campbell back, but he makes the catch for out number 1. I have the right side of the press box, and so my cameras are canted over on the right side. With 1 out, Ethan Huddleston steps to the plate. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. Charlie Smith is hitting the zone early here in the top of the first inning. Off-speed pitch misses low and away. Huddleston comes in hitting .345 on the season. Looks at a fastball at the letters for a called strike. Ethan leads the team in at-bats, tied with runs scored at 14, and leads in RBIs. And he swings and misses for the second out here in the top of the first inning. So with 2 outs, Landon Tucker steps to the plate. Game time temperature 67 degrees. Third batter in a row that Smith has started off with a strike. Lady Pioneers playing out in just past right field. Swinging a foul off into the parking lot. Count goes no balls and 2 strikes on Landon Tucker, the true sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana. Tucker leading the team with a .438 batting average. He looks at strike 3 called. Looks like the umpire is calling pitches at the top of the zone and maybe a little bit higher. So 1-2-3 inning for the Pioneers. Good start for Charlie Smith. Country Cade McKee will be on the mound when we return on the Ball State Sports Network. Cade McKee, left-handed redshirt sophomore from Georgetown, Kentucky, out on the mound to face the leading hitting team in the TCCAA. Chat State coming in hitting as a team .387. And I'm pretty sure that the majority of their starters are actually hitting over that. We'll run through some of their batting averages. Scott Campbell from Macon County, Georgia, will lead off for Chat State. He's hitting .444. Haber, the number 2 hole hitter, hitting .484. Owen Brock, .462. And none of them are the leading hitter on the team. That's Stoney Smith hitting in the 5-hole. So Cade McKee has a tough task ahead of him. And in steps Scott Campbell, center fielder. McKee's first offering misses high and outside. Left-handed pitcher versus right-handed hitter. Square to bunt, and it's a good one. McKee will throw to first, but not in time. As Campbell will leg out a drag bunt for Chat State's leadoff hitter. That brings to the plate left fielder Adam Haber. So the first hit of the contest belongs to Chat State. The left-handed hitter is Adam Haber, and he will square to bunt as well and look at a breaking pitch for a called strike. So a runner on it. First base. Throw over to first, back standing is Campbell. Have to get used to the visiting press box. I'll apologize for any mistakes, especially early on. And the pitch swung on. That could be two. Hall to Huddleston, but not in time enough for Huddleston to then turn that double play, but the force out at second base pulls Campbell off the base paths, and Adam Haber will replace him. A little bit of a slower hit ball, and it appears as though Haber runs well. So with one out, Owen Brock steps to the plate from Crystal Lake, Illinois. Transfer catcher, swing and a miss. Brock hitting .462, 13 RBIs. Throw over. Haber back standing up. I believe he's a transfer from Milwaukee Technical College. Milwaukee Area Technical College. Long look over at first. Runner goes. Pitch called a strike. Throw down to second base. A quick call by the base umpire says he's safe. So a stolen base for Haber. Braden Vineyard behind the plate. Count goes no balls, 2 strikes to 3-hole hitter Owen Brock. McKee now checks a runner out at second base. There's a tapper that will go down past the Pioneers' third base dugout. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Jay Charla out in left field. Jake Burris in center. Chase Mizell in right. Vrabel at third. Huddleston at short. Hall at second. Godsey at first. Braden Vineyard behind the plate catching redshirt sophomore Cade McKee. Huddleston moves back to his position, and the pitch stays outside. First ball to Owen Brock. Brock 5 doubles, no home runs. His team does not strike out very often. The lowest in the league at 48 total in their 12 ball games. There's a breaking pitch, stays high. They lead the conference in hitting and least number of strikeouts. And the top of a lot of other categories as well. 2-2 pitch with one out and one on at second base. Swung on and fouled down the right side just in front of the batting cages. An MGM Industries foul ball. We have a window here that's slanted. A little better view, I guess, as we're higher up. But you can't open that window. Do have the door open a little bit. You might hear some sounds. There's another ground ball tapped foul. Almost the exact same position toward the Pioneers dugout. So hello to several of the guys on the ball club who are not on the trip. I'll miss seeing you guys later on at dinner or breakfast tomorrow. So glad you're listening along here. The 2-2 pitch from McKee. Breaking pitch misses inside. Brock had to do a little contortion to get out of the way of that pitch. A full count Ministries. Full count here in the bottom of the first inning. Scott Campbell led off with a bunt single and then was retired at second on a fielder's choice. There's a 3-2 ball hit out to center field. Back goes Burris, tagging on the play. Burris cannot make the catch. It's on the warning track and down. They're going to send the runner. The ball's on the infield, and they will decide to hold Haber up at third base. So a 3-2 fair ball hit that went over the head of Jake Burris. And there's the first extra base hit of the ball game. Putting runners now at second and third for Cole Brennan. Cole Brennan out of Cincinnati Anderson High School. Breaking pitch misses outside. Anderson High School 40 plus years ago was in the same district or same league as my alma mater, Coleraine. Anderson and Turpin, I think high school are right around there. There's a pitch down in the dirt. Vidnard couldn't find it at first, but it was right at his feet. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. So Haber, who had to hold up to see if Burris was going to be able to make that grab, could not move up 2 bases like Brock did. And the count moves 3 balls and no strikes. Don't have heights and weights here, but Cole Brennan looks to be every bit a 6'3" or 6'4", big tall kid. He's playing his 8th game of the year, hitting .333 and hitting in that 4 spot. 3-0 pitch right down. Okay, that's a strike call. Okay, it almost looked like a strike 3 call from home plate umpire. I don't have names, but Cade McKee trying to get a strikeout here or a pop-up with 2 runners in scoring position and only 1 out. There's a called strike on the outside corner. Brennan started heading down to first base thinking that was ball 4, but he'll stick around for a full count Ministries. Full count. Beautiful day here in Chattanooga. A base open, so not too fat, but he gets a ground ball to Hall. This will be a second out, but a run batted in for Cole Brennan. And on the play, Brock moves over to third base. Tigers take an early 1-0 lead. So 2 full count swings, but no foul balls yet. That brings to the plate Stoney Smith with 2 outs and another runner in scoring position down there at third base. First pitch to Smith in there for a strike. From Middle Tennessee, Goodlettsville, Tennessee, just down the road from Gallatin, attended Greenbrier High School. Swings in a ground ball that McKee will stab and throw low to Gotze, but Landon able to make the catch for out number 3. Could have been a worse inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 1 complete, Chattanooga State 1, Pioneers nothing. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Just seems to work out a little bit easier when I don't go to the Pioneer man in between innings. So we might just see this the whole time as Chase Mizell swings at the first pitch, taps it down to third base. Tough play. And safe is the call. Jace Mizell beats out a tapper to Cade Chamley down at third base. Nice play, throw on the run, but Mizell gets an infield single. The first hit for the Pioneers. So he swings at that first strike from Charlie Smith. And not a strike. Let's put a man on first base. How about that? Braden Vineyard steps to the plate. Throw back to first base. Mizell back in time. Vineyard from Paducah, Kentucky, getting the start today. And he swings at the first pitch, and it's a ground ball in the right field. Stoney Smith will pick it up. 2 pitches and 2 hits for the Pioneers. Landon Luderman will step to the plate. These two fellows might have faced each other in high school, both from the Knoxville area. Luderman from Knoxville Catholic High School. He swings at the first pitch as well, lines it to left field. Adam Haber able to come in and make the catch. So a hard hit ball, but an out. Pioneers coming up swinging. It's 3 pitches to 3 batters, and all 3 have gone after the first pitch from Charlie Smith. Let's see if Carter Vrabel does. He does not. Not sure exactly where that missed. Vrabel played here in that ball game a year ago. Swings at a pitch low and outside. Not sure what he was expecting there, but he was definitely fooled on that pitch. Carter up to the 200 mark as his first home run, 5 RBIs. He's starting to get hot. Just the right time for the Pioneers as we start conference play. There's a tapper down third base line. Coach McGuire, coaching third base, steps out of the way of that ground ball. Assistant coach John Ripel down at first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 runners on, 1 out. There's a drive to deep left field. Back goes Haber, and that ball is gone. A 3-run home run for Carter Vrabel. here in the top of the second inning. Puts the Pioneers up 3-1. It looks like Tyler, or Carter Vrabel, I don't know if I called him Tyler again. I'm not sure why I keep doing that. But, and how the Tigers got that second run, I'm not sure. We'll get rid of that. I will get it fixed. My computer is, maybe it's hot, is what the problem is. The score is 3-1. I'll get that fixed. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jay Charla. Foul ball. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. Jay Charla goes down on strikes. Second strikeout for Smith. Two outs. Nobody on. Brings to the plate Matt Hall, the number 9 hole hitter, and he sees the first pitch in there for a called strike. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Hall from Lexington, Kentucky, the son of Mark and Tracy Hall. Smith misses with the 0-2. So 3 runs on the 3-run home run by Carter Vrabel gives the Pioneers a lead. 2 balls and 2 strikes, nobody on. Smith working quickly. After going 0-2, now Matt Hall has worked the count full to Full Count Ministries, full count. On deck, Jake Burris. A full count pitch hit on the ground hard to second baseman C.J. Morrow throws over to Sakulo for out number 3. The Pioneers put 3 on the board on the strength of the second home run of the year for Carter Vrabel, with Papa and Grammy from Akron, Ohio, who are here in attendance, come up from their place in Florida. I met them before the ball game. They are good luck. Pioneers, 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After 1.5, Vol State leads 3-1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Country Cade McKee back out on the mound for the Pioneers here for the bottom of the second inning. I'm not sure. It may be his father, Jim McKee, Coach Jim McKee, who's here in the stands. There's somebody else that appears to be with him. Could be one of his 2 brothers, Clay or Colby. I believe one of them just had a baby, so congratulations to the McKee family. Might be grandbaby number 1. First ball is tapped to first base and off the glove of Landon Godsey. It'll be an infield hit for C.J. Morrow. Matt Hall might have had a play on that one if Godsey had let it go. Godsey definitely would not have been able to get back to the base in time, but tried to make the play. Would have been a tough play for Matt Hall as well to throw to Cade McKee on the run. Cade Chamley now at the plate. First pitch he sees on the outside corner for strike one. Sunshine coming in my side of the booth. Makes things a little bit hard to see. Chamley hitting .424. Throw over to first base. Not in time. Chamley from McDonough, Georgia. A freshman. Played in all 12 games. Has 14 hits. Pioneers looking for a do-dat double play. Do-dat Communications provided signage for the remodeled press box and the baseball locker room. We thank Craig Sinnard for his contributions, his support. That ball in the dirt, blocked by Braden Vineyard. Craig Sinnard's support of Vol State baseball. I will tell you that the wins that we had Friday did not knock down the new scoreboard. There's a MGM Industries foul ball off to the right side. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Scoreboard looked good. The center field fence, not so much. Batter's eye, the green screen is down, and outfield fence was bent a bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a base hit into right field. And just like the top of the second inning, the Tigers have runners at first and second with nobody out. That's now 4 hits in the contest for Chat State already. Brings to the plate first baseman Connor Sakula from Sevierville, Tennessee. Let's see if he might be laying one down here early in the ball game, the bottom of the second inning. He will square to bunt. He went after it, but missed. Not a lot of sacrifice hits, I don't believe. As a matter of fact, I think there's only 2, and he doesn't have one of them. He is already squaring their bunt. Godsey is coming in. The pitch is a called strike. Vrabel was staying back at third. Godsey was charging hard at first base. Count now goes no balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Connor Linkfield, the number 9 hitter. 0-2 pitch coming from McKee. Breaking pitch on the outside corner called strike 3. And down goes Sakula for the first out. Big out for McKee, his first strikeout of the ball game. And that brings a freshman shortstop from Frisco, Texas, to the plate, Connor Linkfield. Linkfield played in 8 games already, hitting .526, 10 for 19. So he's no slouch down there at the number 9 hole. Breaking pitch missed inside. Thank you all for joining us today on the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Saw Cam Hodges' name pop up on the Twitter feed. Cam, hope you're doing well. The pitch was down low, and Vineyard tried to make a quick move. Not sure if he was going to try to throw behind Chamley at first base, or at least bluff, but he could not maintain control. On deck, leadoff batter Scott Campbell. McKee on 2 balls and no strikes. That pitch stays high, 3-0 to the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Again, McKee is Looking for that doctor's prescription to do that double play. 3-0 pitch in there for called strike. Call him Country Cade. He actually says he's a city boy. But I just figure, me being a Cincinnati boy, we just thought everybody from Kentucky was country. So that's how I gave him the nickname, Country Cade McKee. The runner starts to go. Pitch called a strike. Morrow at second base had a couple quick choppy steps, but he hung back to second base. Morrow at second. Chamley down at first base with 1 out. Timeout called by Linkfield. We'll have another full count. Ministries full count. 0 for 2 on the afternoon already on full count. First pitch, foul balls. Both pitches have been hit in fair territory. And there's a strike 3 called. Cade McKee gets another call from the home plate umpire, who has definitely had a generous strike zone here in the early going. That's 2 straight strikeouts looking. Brings to the plate Scott Campbell, who reached on a drag bunt in the top of the first inning. He was forced out at second base when Adam Haber hit a ground ball to second that could not be turned for 2. Now 2 outs and 2 on here in the bottom of the second inning. Macon County, Georgia center fielder. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Just a hair of a delay from our home plate umpire, so I'll have to wait a bit. Before I make the call. And there's a shot to the backhand of Ethan Huddleston. He'll throw on to Carter Vrabel at third base to force out C.J. Morrow. Nice play by Huddleston on the sharply hit grounder to retire Scott Campbell. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We're through 2, scheduled for 7 here on the Vol State Sports Network. Heading to the top of the third inning here in Chattanooga State. At top of the order for the Pioneers, Jake Burris. He will swing and miss at a breaking pitch from Charlie Smith. Jake Burris flew out to center field in his first at-bat. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike to the pride of Grove City. MGM Industries foul ball off to the right side in the parking lot. Out past the right field fence is the softball field. And to the left, on the other side of the third base line, is a train track. Just had at least the second train come flying through here. Not flying, actually. Tapper to third base. Waiting back is Chamley. A strong throw to first base to retire Burris for out number 1. Smith must have something that's a little bit sneaky. Some of these hitters are just behind it a little bit. Mizell hit one just a little bit softer than that. Ended up getting an infield base hit. Ethan Huddleston steps to the plate. He struck out. Don't know why that why that's continuing to happen, where the score is changing. Ball to Huddleston, and now 2 balls to the shortstop. Huddleston was the first strikeout victim. Smith has 3. That's going to be a called strike. Ethan Huddleston shakes his head, says nope, it's not. But young man from Gallatin, Tennessee, hometown product for the Pioneers, a redshirt sophomore, taps one toward the Pioneers dugout. They're standing a lot of room between the actual dugout and the fence in front of the dugout. Almost as much width as the dugout itself. There's another tapper the other way. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Landon Tucker. 3-run homer by Carter Vrabel in the top of the second, giving the Pioneers a 3-1 lead. It stays high. Brings us to a full count. Ministries full count. The 3-2. Strike 3 called. Inside corner. 4th strikeout for Smith. First one looking. Huddleston came in leading the squad in strikeouts, and not one of the statistical categories. It's a ground ball from Gotze, hits off of the heel of the glove for Chamley, and Landon Gotze will reach first base on the air. So 2 out, miscue by Cade Chamley down there at third base. Gives Jace Mizell a shot with a runner on. First pitch out into the left-handed batter's box, called strike. Looks like I'm going to have to kill a bee in here. Got a friend. Jace Mizell had a little incident this past week. Got hit with a baseball. Received some stitches. Throw over to first base. Connor Sakula has to do a little tap dancing around Landon Gotze to make the catch over there. But Jace Mizell, tough guy. No worse for the wear. He is up there with a 1-2 count now. Very large strike zone. Better be going up there ready to hit the baseball. Mizell at an infield single. He started that string of first pitch swinging batters. Fastball's high. He swung at the first pitch, had a infield single down to third base. Braden Vineyard had a first pitch swinging base hit into right field. Landon Luderman swung at the first pitch and lined out to the left fielder. Carter Vrabel a little more patient. There's a ground ball into right field as Jace Mizell goes with a pitch. So after 2 outs, the Pioneers have reached on an error and another single. Jace Mizell now 2 for 2. It brings to the plate Braden Vineyard. 4 hits now for both clubs. Two outs, and the catcher up at the plate looking for a big 2-out hit. Gotze reached on the error by Chamley at third base. It was a hard hit ball, but came up, hit him right in the heel of the glove. Vineyard looks ball 2. Good pitch to hit right here, Braden's what you're looking for. A 2-0 fastball. And he got it, and he watched it. May not have been exactly where he had wanted it. On deck, the left-handed hitting Landon Tucker. Vineyard, a true sophomore, starts to swing at a breaking pitch that amazingly stayed outside. 3 balls and a strike. See that same pitch at 2-0 that he got at 3-1, and he'll take a walk, first walk of the ball game for either team. And that brings the true freshman Landon Tucker, but before that, we'll have a mound visit from one of the coaches. I got a pitching coach, Dion Felger, in his second year. Assume I'm saying that right. F-E-L-G-E-R, Felger. Second year as the pitching coach. Greg Dennis is also assisted by Logan Fleener and Josiah Juligay, or Huligay. It's J-U-L-A-G-A-Y. 2 assistant coaches in their first year. And Felger talks to the true freshman right-hander. And he's back to the dugout. The bases are now loaded with Pioneers. Landon Tucker steps to the plate. He's lined out to left field, and he taps one foul to plate. Again, swinging at the first pitch that he sees from Charlie Smith. Charlie Smith and Luderman both from Knoxville, Tennessee. One Powell High School and one Knoxville Catholic. Smith from the stretch, swing and a miss, or a foul ball. Apparently a foul ball as the umpire raised his hands. Ball came out of Brock's glove. Luderman now behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Carter Vrabel. So Charlie Smith wants to get Landon Tucker here and save Vrabel to lead off the 4th. Luderman does not bite on that high fastball. Luderman playing in his 6th game, hitting .222 coming in. There's a line drive right at second baseman C.J. Morrow, who catches it about ankle high for out number 3 to retire the Pioneers. So 2 line outs by Landon Tucker. Little alliteration going on there as we move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. There were no runs. There was 1 hit and 1 error. 3 runners left on base for the Pioneers. Ball State still leads 3-1. You're listening to the Ball State Sports Network. Moving to the bottom of the 3rd inning, Pioneers lead 3-1. The Tigers will send 2, 3, and 4 to the plate to face McKee. Left-handed hitting Haber, and he squares the bunt. Fouls that one at the plate. So wonder if this is a common theme for the Tigers or if they're just starting this in conference play, but a lot of bunting for hits attempt. Haber hit a ground ball to Matt Hall at second base. Fouls that one off, an MGM Industries foul ball off to the left side. Tennis courts off to the left as well. Past the tennis courts is the aforementioned train tracks. Not in the heart of downtown is Chat State, but close enough. Swinging a drive out to left field. Big J. Charla will come up and make a diving catch out in left field to retire Adam Haber on the sinking line drive. As Jay Charla getting the start out in left field. This is game number 6, but I believe it's only his second or it might be his third start of the year. So a nice play by the son of Jake and Delyn Charla, who I understood that Jake was going to be here in person. Owen Brock sees the first pitch from McKee, low and inside. Brock had a double over the head of Jake Burris in center field. He drives one, and this will be another double in the corner. That ball will get to the fence. Charlo will dig it out of the corner, get it back into the infield. Owen Brock 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. So a 1 out extra base hit for Owen Brock. Cole Brennan, the DH, grounded out to Matt Hall, drove in the only run for the Tigers. Hits with another man in scoring position. Breaking pitch on the outside corner called strike. Brennan, a Cincinnati kid, such as myself, hitting from that left side. Breaking pitch again, hits that outside corner, or at least whispers at it. Looking at an 0-2 pitch. Cole Brennan came in 6 for 18 on the season. Strike 3 called. That was a fast call right there. So a good morning, good afternoon, and good night, says Country Cade McKee for out number 2. His third strikeout, all looking. And Stoney Smith, dangerous hitter, steps in the box. Grounded out to end the first inning. Grounded right back to McKee. Hits one high in the air into right center field. Jace Mizell over along with Burris, but it'll be Mizell to make the grab for out number 3. So a 1-out double does not come back to hurt McKee. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're through 3, scheduled for 7. Pioneers lead 3-1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Chattanooga State. We are on the road for the first conference weekend / beginning of the week in conference play. I checked my email at treesesports@gmail.com. I'll put that up if you're listening in. See if I can get to the right thing here. First pitch to Carter Vrabel in there for a called strike. Here in the top of the fourth inning, swing and a miss by Vrabel, who is the margin currently for the Pioneers. He had a 3-run home run to left field in the second inning. Taps one out to left center field, but over is Haber to retire Vrabel without number 1 here in the top of the fourth. Vrabel was up with 1 out and 2 on. Hit one over the left field fence. Give the Pioneers a 3-1 lead. And here comes Big Jay Charla, who's, I just saw in the email that Jake and DeLynn are here. I believe I see them down in the stands, and Jay Charla gets a hit by a pitch, and he will limp on down to first base. First hit batter of the ball game for Charlie Smith. That brings to the plate Matt Hall. Matt Hall grounded out to second base to end the second inning. If you want to join the show, send an email to treesesports@gmail.com. Let me know who you are as a square around a bunt called strike. Let me know who you are, who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. And if I can spin that plate, throw back to first base, Charlotte in on his belly. On deck, Jake Burris. Dave Holbrook and Sherry Burris have checked in via email as well. Swing and a miss. So 1 out, 1 on, 2-strike count to the Pioneers second baseman. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sherry Burris, Dave Holbrook checking in from the Grove City, Ohio, just a suburb in Columbus, Ohio. My daughter actually will be flying into the Columbus airport tonight. There's a tapper. John Ripel, assistant coach, first base coach down there, had a notion to go for that baseball, but he has learned from head coach Jim McGuire, maybe I ought not go for that. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Throw over to first base. That ball gets by, and Charla will head down to second base. Probably not going to stop there, and he won't. He'll get all the way to third base as the throw comes into pitcher's mound. And I'm not sure if that was a bad throw from the pitcher, or I guess it's going to have to be. I don't see how first baseman could have missed that ball. So a 2-base throwing error by Charlie Smith. We'll put Charla over on third base with 1 out. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Now 2 outs. Big strikeout for Smith. Smith's 5th strikeout. And Jake Burris steps in the box, looking to hunt a 2-out RBI here in the top of the 4th inning. Fastball misses away. Time called by catcher Owen Brock. Charlie Smith apparently wants a new baseball. Pioneers trying to go up by 3. As I gaze into right field, looks like the Lady Pioneers have a 3-2 lead. Fly ball out to deep right field. Back goes Stoney Smith, and he'll make the grab as he's continuing to backpedal for out number 3. The Pioneers do not score. Threaten with a hit by pitch and an error, but can't push a run across. We are through 3 1/2, halfway done here at Chattanooga State in game 1 of a doubleheader today and 1 9-inning game tomorrow. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Six, 7, and 8 due up for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 4th inning to face country Cade McKee, redshirt sophomore left-hander, giving up 1 run on 5 hits. First pitch called strike. C.J. Morrow looks back and says, "You gotta be kidding me." And a lot of those looks today. Morrow at an infield single. Swings and lines one down the third base line. It lands foul. Hits off the fence and rolls to the tarp down the left field line. You know what? Maybe the Lady Pioneers are losing. That's a 0 up there, not a 3. 2-0. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Another caught looking to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. That's 4 strikeouts for McKee. All from the gaze. Just staring. Cade Chamley steps to the plate, and he had a line drive single in the right field in his first plate appearance. First pitch in there, called strike. Guess I could have got my binoculars out. The ones that Alex Qualls keeps stealing at the home games. It is 2-0, Chat State. There's another line drive base hit into center field for Chamley. A 1-out knock. Chamley now 2 for 2. Might have a bit of a scoring question from the official score. One of those that I called a hit might have been called an error on Godsey at first base as Connor Sakula steps in. First pitch he sees is outside the zone, ball 1. I think that was C.J. Morrow that led off the 2nd inning with hard hit ball that glanced off of Godsey's glove. May have been ruled an error. Throw down to first base, but back in time is Chamley. Pitch was called a ball. You better be on your toes on the base paths with these Pioneers catchers, both Braden Vineyard and Caleb Hawkins. Don't mind at all to throw that ball around a little bit. The 2-0 stays high. 3-0. McKee has been 3-0 a couple times already today, but has fought his way back. May have given up a single along the way, but has yet to walk a batter. 3-0 count now with 1 out and 1 on. Throw over to first base. That's probably more or less. I'm just not ready to throw this pitch right now. Maybe I don't have the right grip. Maybe I don't have the right feel. because he's surely not thinking that Chamley's going to go on a 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. And there it is, first walk of the contest for Cade McKee. It brings up the 9th batter in the lineup, Connor Linkfield, who struck out looking. He and the other Connor, Sakula, who just took the walk, struck out looking with 2 men on in the 2nd inning. Big strikeouts for McKee, and he's going to need either a nice ground ball to a middle infielder here or another strikeout. Breaking pitch misses low. McKee now missed with 5 straight after giving up the 1-out single to Cade Chamley. Linkfield from Frisco, Texas, just north of Dallas, up where the Frisco, I believe that the Rough Riders, I think the Texas Rangers AAA organization. There's a pitch. I think Vineyard thought that was going to be called strike. Cade McKee asked, where was it? Was it down? And the home plate umpire shakes his head in the affirmative. If he was a law enforcement officer, he would have said 10-4. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pioneers lead 3-1. There's a ground ball. Hall over to his left, able to knock it down, but throw on to first base is not going to be in time. And Linkfield will reach on the error. My cohort up here in the press box running the scoreboard as well as broadcasting. So now bases loaded. Braden Kale, pitching coach for the Pioneers, makes his first appearance. So Matthew Randall is taking a medical red shirt here at Chat State, pitcher for Chattanooga State Tigers, and he is running the PA. He is running the scoreboard. He's doing the, Alex Qualls, if you're listening, he's doing it all. He's actually broadcasting on their live stream network, whatever it is, while he's doing PA, while he's doing the scoreboard, and while he's playing the music. And occasionally I look over through the window and I see him juggling hamburgers. It's unbelievable what this kid can do. And he is from right near Tyler, Texas, where I lived for about 8 years, in a place called Alto, Texas. A-L-T-O, Alto, Texas. Very helpful to me as I got set up here. So big shout out to Matthew Randall, who's recovering from surgery. So the top of the lineup for the Tigers, Scott Campbell. A tough situation for Cade McKee, looking for a ground ball. Breaking pitch called strike. Cade McKee, part of the 242, the full count 242 discipleship group with the Ball State players, 4 pitchers, and then shortstop Ethan Huddleston. It's a swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch. Campbell now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. McKee along with Chase Birdwell, Landon Tucker, Cade Sanders, 4 pitchers, and Ethan Huddleston. Part of the Full Count Ministries 242 D group, and he's looking for a strikeout, and he gets it. He hunts that strikeout. Swing and a miss by Campbell. And that's just what the doctor ordered, not a double play, but it gets him to 2 outs with the bases loaded. And Adam Haber steps to the plate. He's reached on a fielder's choice and flown out to left field. And I believe that fly out was a line out to Jay Sharla to start the 3rd inning. Breaking pitch misses low and away. Big Jay Sharla in left, Burris in center, Jace Mizell in right. Looking to cover some ground out here. Square around to bunt. Pitch misses. Haber must be able to fly. Not afraid to bunt with 2 outs. Unless he's taking till he gets a strike, and maybe he's looking to unnerve the redshirt sophomore from Georgetown, Kentucky, who's now gone 3-0 to the two-hole hitter with Owen Brock on deck, who's got 2 doubles. The last thing McKee wants to do is give the Tigers a freebie here in the bottom of the 4th inning. My friend the Bee is back. There's a ball 4 and an RBI for Adam Haber. And now that run that wanted to be up on that board for the Tigers is now legitimate. Second walk of the inning brings in Cade Chamley. And now Owen Brock, breaking pitch, apparently missed inside. Sakula at third, Linkfield at second, Haber at first. And there's a line drive over the head of Carter Vrabel. That'll bring in 2 more. Jay Charlotte gets it in, throws over the head of the cutoff man, and that will allow Haber to move up to third base. So Owen Brock, with his 3rd hit of the ball game, plates 2 runs for Chattanooga State, and they take the lead 4-3. Unearned runs at this point due to the error by Matt Hall earlier. So runners at the corners. Brennan takes a breaking pitch up high. 0 for 2, ground out and a strikeout. Two walks have hurt Cade McKee, mixed in with a couple of base hits and an error. They've given Chat State a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 3 runs have come across. McKee struck out the first batter, gave up a single up the middle, then a walk, then an error. Strikeout and another walk. Breaking pitch misses. Throw down to second base. It's not in time. Stolen base for Owen Brock. Runner stays at third base. A little excitement as the ball gets away from McKee, but Haber not able to move up. Sorry about the glare that's on the window on this wide view. Maybe when the sun moves here in a little bit, it'll change that. 2, second and third, swing and a miss by Brennan. Key trying to get out of further damage here by retiring Brennan, the designated hitter, with Stoney Smith on deck. Key steps off. If you haven't been with us all year, that's his one and only step off in this batter. If he does it again, it'll be a mark the ball. Pitch misses low and away. I think I might have the wrong count. Maybe we are at a full count. Ministries full count. At least that's what. There it is. Full count to Cole Brennan. Once again, there is a base open, but not sure you want to put Brennan on. And he does. Brings to the plate Stoney Smith. 3rd walk of the inning. Action in the Pioneer bullpen. Big Kate Sanders down there getting loose. Stoney Smith steps to the plate. Swing and a miss. Smith 0 for 2, grounded out and flew out. Swinging a MGM Industries foul ball that should get out of play. Carter Vrabel and Ethan Huddleston will get over. Carter Vrabel, for some reason, hops over the fence to get the baseball, comes back onto the field. Oh, maybe he dropped his glasses. That's what it was. His glasses came off of his hat. It wasn't the ball. I thought there's no way that baseball landed that close to the fence. An 0-2 count now to Stoney Smith. Fastball stays high. Count goes 1-2 to the Goodlettsville, Tennessee, Greenbrier High School native. Second-year player for Chat State, looking at 1-2. Swinging a drive to deep left field. Back goes Charla at the track, and he hauls it in for the third out. 9 batters come to the plate for Chat State, and they push across 3. Have to do some figuring to see how many of those would be. I think that's going to be none. No runs were earned. There were 2 hits, 1 big costly error, and 3 runners left on base. That's 7 for the ball game for Chat State. But more importantly, they score 3 and take the lead 4-3 over the Pioneers. We're going to the top of the 5th inning. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Chattanooga State, where the Pioneers move to the top of the 5th inning. We got a change for Chat State. First pitch to Huddleston misses high. They'll tell you about him. Said it's a new first baseman. Fastball on the outside corner, and once again, Ethan Huddleston does not agree. See if I can pull a number off of number 27. It's our new first baseman. There's a tapper down the third. Chamley will throw to that new first baseman, who digs it out of the dirt for the first out in the 5th inning. Huddleston now 0 for 3 with his family here in attendance, and Noah, his brother, came up and said hello. See his mom Shannon and stepdad Dan are here as well. Landon Gotze steps to the plate, 0 for 2, strikeout, and reached on an error. And there's a swing and a line drive just over the glove of the leaping Connor Linkfield for a base hit into left field. So Gotze now with a 10-game hitting streak, came in with a 9-game streak going, the longest for the Pioneers all year. And he will be on first base with Jace Mizell. That looks like it could be 2. There's a 6 to a 4 to a 3 in the dirt, dug out by our new first baseman for a double play. And that will retire the Pioneers 1-2-3. in the top of the fifth inning. Nice play by, let's see, number 27, Aiden McCaskey, the new first baseman. I would assume he went in for Connor Sakula, but we will see when he comes to the plate. So no runs on one hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Chat State leads 4-3. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Sully Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Brings on redshirt sophomore Cade Sanders on for his fifth appearance of the year from Hendersonville, Tennessee, Hendersonville High School. Has an 0-1 record, thrown 8 innings so far this year, 9 hits, 11 runs, 7 earned, 6 walks, 9 strikeouts. And he will be on to face 6, 7, and 8, and 8 may be the new first baseman, and we'll have to wait and see. But C.J. Morrow, Cade Chamley, and Connor Sakulo, but assuming he's at least out of the ball game, so I'm going to go ahead and write in there Aiden McCaskey. Left-handed hitting C.J. Morrow singled and struck out. First pitch delivered by Sanders down low. Son of Belmont Hall of Famer Clay Sanders. And an even more Hall of Famer from wherever she went, Tressa Sanders. Ball is grounded weakly to Landon Tucker at first base, who takes care of that ground ball on his own. So a 3 unassisted for out number 1 here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Cade McKee, 4 innings, 7 hits, according to my book, maybe 6, according to our PA and the scoreboard operator. 4 runs, only 1 earned by my calculation, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. There's a MGM Industries foul ball that will go up by the concession stand, the athletic building that is bathrooms and sure locker rooms for the Tigers and Lady Tigers. Fastball down in the dirt. Maybe turf. That's artificial turf right around home plate, or the home plate area is. Everything else is natural grass, natural dirt. The 1-1 tapped foul. Head coach Greg Dennis down there at third base, and I'm not sure who the first base coach is for the Tigers. I'll ask my informant here, our PA man, Matthew Randall. Cade Chamley, 2 for 2, 2 singles. Breaking pitch misses low and outside. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out. See if we got any emails. Randy Kale's checking in. There is Delynn Charla, who's checked in. The Rices, Jace Mizell's grandparents. Swinging another foul ball off to the right side. Boy, I'll be glad when that sun goes away. Hard to see my computer. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the volume is low. Let's see if I can turn it up a little bit here. Another MGM Industries foul ball. How about now? That may have been a while ago, but I don't know that I hit it any different. There's a breaking pitch that apparently stayed high. Braden Vineyard ready to throw that ball down. We'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Georgia Marsha Rice, thanks for checking in. And, of course, Suzanne Godsey as Chamley will duck out of the way of ball 4. This will bring the new first baseman, Aiden McCaskey, to the plate for his first appearance of the day. Another tall young man out there. Randy Kale, the father of pitching coach Braden Kale, is listening to the broadcast up in Baltimore. He is in baseball heaven. Another throw. Cade, I can't keep up with you on your pickoff attempts. Another member of the full count 242 group. Sanders misses. Now 2 balls and no strikes. 242 stands for Axe 242, which we've had as our full count ministries verse of the game. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have another one. Pitch misses high. In danger of walking his second straight batter. After this inning, we'll have the Toyota of Gallatin Alumni Spotlight. We had our first one in the press box. Tanner Sandell, another throw over to first base, not in time. Then I told you about another alumni. So Tanner Sandell and Bill Ridings have been our 2 alumni spotlights. Swing and a miss on a 3-0 pitch. McCaskey given the green light. Sanders working quickly. The runner starts to go. Throw is down to second base, but it's ball 4. So Chamley will just trot down. Second walk by Sanders after getting a ground ball out to begin the inning. Now shortstop Connor Linkfield 0 for 2. Struck out looking and reached on an error. They got 2 errors up on the scoreboard for the Pioneers. That's the one I think that they called on Godsey. There's a fastball that stays inside, hops out of Braden Vineyard's glove, but no one can advance. 2 errors on Chat State. Pioneers 5 hits, and I have 7 hits for the Tigers. Cade Sanders looking for a doodad double play here. Instead, a ball in the turf. 2 balls, no strikes. On deck, leadoff batter Scott Campbell. Landon Tucker getting loose down in the bullpen. Chattanooga State played Vol State a year ago at Vol State. Chat took 2 of 3, winning game 1 as time is called. Braden Vineyard will go out and talk to Cade Sanders along with Carter Vrabel. Chat State won 14-1 in game 1 of the doubleheader. That was a ended early, 5-inning affair. Game 2, Pioneers ended up coming back and winning 6-5. But then in that Game 3, the next day, the 9-inning ball game ended up only lasting 6 innings as Chat State put a whooping on the Pioneers, won 17-5. So over 30-something runs. It's that 3-0 pitched in there for a called strike. 36 runs scored by Chat State in the series. 3 balls and a strike, 1 out, 2 on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ball 4. Pioneers have loaded the bases with walks. And now out of the dugout will come pitching coach Braden Kale, the son of Randy Kale, K-A-I-L. That's how you spell this kale. We're not talking about kale chips that you grow out in your grass and mow your grass and then bring them in. It's Coach McGuire out to talk to the home plate umpire. Not sure if he's talking about mound visits or what, but Pioneers looking to stay close on to the #1 hitting team in the TCCAA, the Tennessee Community College Athletic Association. Pioneers came in 7th in the league with a .258 batting average. .387 team batting average for Chat State as they've come out hot out of the gate, 11-1. Looking to take game 1 here of the conference opener. First pitch to Scott Campbell in there for a called strike. Campbell 1 for 3 on the day, had a bunt single in the first. Reached on the fielder's choice, but not for very long, as that was the last out of the inning, and he is upset he didn't take a hack at that pitch in there for a called strike, and then struck out swinging in the 4th. So here he is batting for the 2nd time in 2 innings. Down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Cade Sanders. And there's a could be a that double play over to Huddleston to Hall on to first base. Not in time. Gotze makes a nice play to keep that ball from going to the screen. So an RBI on the fielder's choice for Campbell. Scores Chamley. Puts runners at 1st and 3rd. Tigers take a 5-3 lead. Adam Haber steps to the plate. Slow hit ball right there. Tough to turn to, especially if somebody can run. Haber definitely can run, but Pioneers don't need a double play here. But I'd be surprised if Campbell is staying put, and there he starts to go. Pitch called a ball. So an RBI ground out by Campbell. Plates Chamley. McCaskey moves over to third base. Sanders now gone 3-0 again to another Tiger batter. With a Pioneer killer on deck, Owen Brock, who's 3 for 3. Strike called. Looks like my broadcaster must be back up on his broadcast. So you hear him in the main room of this nice press box. 3-0, and that is lined into center field. That will get down in front of Burris. Burris will come up throwing, but he elects not to, and will come back to second base. I don't know what That does. I pressed the wrong. I pressed an E. I guess that would be an error. Wonder if an error shows up. It does. And that'll be the end of the day for Kate Sanders. We have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. We'll tell you about him after this short break. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Another full count. 242 member Landon Tucker, 5'9", 165 pounds, from LaGrange, Georgia, the son of Hank and Christy Tucker. On for Vol State with 2 outs and runners at first and third. Tucker on for his 5th appearance of the year. Owen Brock steps to the plate from Crystal Lake, Illinois. 2 doubles, and he will take one in the middle of the back for a hit by pitch. And that is Landon Tucker's 4th hit batter of the year. Loads the bases once again for Chat State. Kate Sanders goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up 1 hit, walks 3 batters, gives up 2 runs so far, but 2 runners on base are his responsibility. Sidearm delivery from Landon Tucker called strike. To Cole Brennan, 0 for 2 with a walk. Swinging from the left side. He's happy to see a right-hander after seeing Cade McKee from that left side. He fouls that one off to the left side. May have stayed in the tennis court area, which would be very helpful to retrieve baseballs. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. And down goes Brennan. Landon Tucker, after hitting the first batter he sees on the first pitch, strikes out Brennan on 3 strikes. So 2 runs. They were earned on 1 hit. No errors. 3 runners left on base once again for the Tigers. They take a 6-3 lead. We're headed to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. 2 innings to go for the Pioneers as they find themselves down 6-3. Heading to the top of the 6th inning, Braden Vineyard, Landon Luderman, and Carter Vrabel scheduled for the Pioneers. Breaking pitch in there from Chat State starter Charlie Smith. Called strike. Vineyard 1 for 1, singled and walked. Smith only blemished the 3-run home run by Carter Vrabel in the 2nd inning. There's a fastball in there for called strike 2. Didn't look like Vineyard was too pleased with that call. Although of all the calls that I've seen today, that one looked pretty good. That pitch looked good. There's a breaking pitch outside corner, called strike 3. Smith's 6th strikeout of the ball game. Landon Luderman, who's lined out hard twice, steps into the left-handed hitting box. One of 2 left-handed hitters for the Pioneers in today's lineup. Fastball misses high and away. Luderman and Jay Sharla. Pioneers only have 2 other left-handed hitters. Popped up on the left side. Third baseman Cade Chamley will get under it and make the catch for out number 2. Two outs, nobody on for the redshirt sophomore third baseman Carter Vrabel from Nashville, Tennessee. Father Ryan High School, son of Mike and Jennifer. Swings at the first pitch from Smith and fouls it straight back. His grandparents from Akron, Ohio, and somewhere just north of Fort Myers, Florida, are here in attendance this weekend. Breaking pitch misses down. Vrabel with the 3-run home run in the 2nd, flew out to left in the 4th. Lots of sun today here on a Sunday afternoon. There's a ground ball to short, backhanded by Linkfield, and throw over to first base will retire Vrabel. Nice play there by Linkfield. 3 up, 3 down for Vol State. Only have one more crack at Tiger pitching, but have to keep it close here. Landon Tucker strolls back out to start the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Well, I neglected to do our Toyota of Gallatin alumni spotlight, so let me go ahead and get it in here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Meant to do it after the 5th. Our alumni spotlight is Henry Mosley, a former teammate of some of these Pioneers out here today. Henry Mosley, a Donaldson Christian Academy graduate in Nashville, Hermitage, Tennessee, currently playing for Trevecca Nazarene, played for Vol State after transferring from Freed-Hardeman. He played for Vol State in 20 and 21, played 66 games for the Pioneers, played last year for Trevecca, had an excellent year. Fastball from Tucker to Stoney Smith, who's looking for his first hit. Is high. On deck, C.J. Morrow. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Henry Mosley, center fielder. Center fielder for the Pioneers, I believe, is played right field a year ago for Trevecca. There's a pitch on the outside corner called strike. The Pioneers, he was hit .311 his freshman year and .265. Led the team both years with at-bats. There's a tapper. Vrabel will charge, catch on 2 hops, throw over to Godsey for the first out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Henry Mosley this past summer played for the Full Count Rhythm, a Woodback College Summer League team in the Ohio Valley League. I got the privilege of calling games for the 2nd year for the Full Count Rhythm. Sidearm delivery, grounded to second. Matt Hall on the short hop. Collects and throws to Godsey. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 6th for Chat State. In the Summer League, Full Count Rhythm won the championship. Henry Mosley was a big part of that. Played in 33 games. There's a first pitch swing from Cade Chamley, and he collects his 3rd hit of the ball game. Line drive, base hit into left field. 2 out, base hit. 9 hits, according to my book, brings to the plate Aiden McCaskey. He sees the first pitch from Tucker, misses outside. McCaskey walked and scored in the 5th inning. Came on as a substitute for Connor Sakula. Swing and a miss. Something high in the zone there. Henry Mosley played for Ryan Hunt, coach just before Jim McGuire got to Vol State. Jim McGuire in his 2nd year. Mosley has played 10 games this year for Trevecca, hitting .250 in 36 at-bats. There's a slow breaking pitch. Floats across the plate for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Guess I need to put that other out up there. Thought I'd already pressed that button. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes. Pitch is down the left field line. It will twist and curve foul. Jay Sharla unable to get it. Walks right on by it. Doesn't even pick it up. Chase Birdwell's running down there to get it. He's yelling at Sharla saying, "What in the world? Why didn't you pick it up and throw to me?" I got to come all the way down there. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Throw over to first base, not in time. Henry Mosley, I think, is showing as a senior at Trevecca. I think he was trying, though, to get that year back. Tapper down to Vrabel. He will make the same play he made on Stoney Smith to retire Aiden McCaskey. So Chat State goes down, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're through 6, scheduled for 7. Pioneers need 3 to tie and more to go ahead. So just to finish on Henry Mosley. Center fielder number 10 for the Pioneers for 2 years, 2021, and number 11 for Trevecca in 22, and if this is his last year, 23. Good luck to Henry Mosley, great teammate. That's been the Toyota of Gallatin Alumni Spotlight. Join us next game. We'll have another Alumni Spotlight, hopefully in the 5th inning this next time. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Big Jay Charlo leads off the top of the 7th for the Pioneers. First pitch swinging, lines a base hit into the gap in left center field. Good start for the Pioneers. Scott Campbell out in center field backhanded that, got it back into the infield, but Jay Charlo with mom and daddy here in the stands. Line drive into left center field. Jacob Messer is coming in to pinch hit for Matt Hall. He swings at the first pitch, and he's got Chat State players at the dugout wall that are diving for cover. Jacob Messer from Memphis pinch hitting for Matt Hall. Charlie Smith trying for a complete game win. Swing and a miss. Jake Messer, redshirt sophomore outfielder for the Pioneers. 1-2 pitches. Hit out to center field. Back goes Campbell right in front of the track and makes the catch for out number 1. Brings to the plate leadoff batter Jake Burris. Jacob Messer still looking for that elusive first hit of the year. Burris. First pitch misses outside. Jake 0 for 3 here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Taps one down the third base line. This could be trouble. Bare hand by Chamley. Throws on the run. Nice play. Cade Chamley will retire. Jake Burris on the play. Jay Charlo moves on down to second base. That was an excellent play by Cade Chamley. Pioneers now down to their last out. Ethan Huddleston, 0 for 3. Pops this one up, and this could be the ball game. Second baseman's out. This might be a trouble, but Campbell comes in to make the catch for the final out. Charlie Smith does go the distance. Pioneers in the top of the 7th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Ball State drops game 1 of the doubleheader 6-3, falls to 8-8 on the year, 0-1 in conference play. Chat State moves to 12-1 on the season and 1-0. Winning pitcher Charlie Smith. Losing pitcher Charlie will go to, 3-0 on the season. Cade McKee will take the loss. He will move to 1-2 on the season. I'll do some totaling up and be right back with the Right Rug Flooring Player of the Game and the Full Count Ministries Verse of the Game. So stick around. We'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back for the wrap-up of Game 1. Pioneers drop Game 1 6-3 to the Chattanooga State Tigers. Pioneers 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 5 runners left on base. Chat State 6 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, and 11 runners left on base. These are all unofficial totals. Winning pitcher Charlie Smith goes to 3-0 on the season. Kay McKee drops to 1-2. Right rug flooring player of the game for Vol State will be Carter Vrabel. 3-run home run. The only run scored by the Pioneers. He hit that 3-run bomb in the top of the second inning to give the Pioneers a 3-1 lead at the time, but a lead that would not hold up. So Carter Vrabel, our right rug flooring player of the game, thanks to Kerry Gilbert, a friend of mine, salesman for Right Rug Flooring, who had his installers put in carpet squares in the remodeled press box. I'm being buzzed by 2 big old yellow jackets here. Maybe that's the plan. Got to get them out of here. So go to rightrug.com, R-I-T-E rug.com. You can call Kerry Gilbert at 615-487-5587 if you're in that Middle Tennessee area. And our Full Camp Ministries verse of the game comes out of the Old Testament in Psalm 51:10. Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Thank you to Full Count Ministries for getting me the opportunity not only to broadcast their ball games in the summer, but the love of doing it to then be able to volunteer here at Vol State and provide you with something more than just a video feed, a little meat on the bones. And you know my motto, it's better than nothing. So that's it for Game 1 here. Game that took 1 hour and 49 minutes. Quick moving ball game on a sunny Sunday afternoon here in Chattanooga. Pioneers go down in defeat 6-3. We'll try to bounce back in Game 2. Join us in about 25 minutes for Game 2 here on the Vol State Sports Network.